Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode here on the Comic Conversation YouTube channel. You're probably wondering, hey, W, there's a stranger next to you, and I'm be like, well, Bigfoot, and we found him, and he was here the whole time. Clean shave. You know, it's like you're trying to be in disguise, Bigfoot. But this is actually Planet Shaker 88. You might have found him in the comments. His name's Josh. Josh, say hi.
Hello, folks, back at home, watching on your interwebs.
On the internet.
Welcome to the internet.
Welcome to the internet. Yeah, it's a new thing. It's hip. We're trying it out for the first time.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know. It might not work. It might not. I don't know.
We thought it'd be a fun thing to, kick off.
It's true.
Well, tell us what you think about our internet.
I like the
Website,
internet. So far, so good.
Yeah.
It's like a dial-up noise. It's like. We went to a bunch of Comic Cons and we have a bunch of stories and stuff and goodies that we got. Why don't you go first? Tell me everything about your con.
All right, so pretty much I went to Tampa Bay Comic Con. It's a smaller con, I think, compared to what W went to. But I've been going there with my dad for the past couple years. So pretty much we went there just for Saturday. We only did one day. We didn't really see any celebrities, but we had a lot of fun. Saw a lot of cool cosplay. Saw a cool, I think it was the Wicked Witch or the Evil Queen from Snow White with the mirror. Her buddy was dressed as the mirror. That one was a cool one. Just a lot of cool cosplay.
What panels did you go to?
We went to, I believe her name was Sadie the Science Lady, and she recreated superpowers using science.
Yeah.
Science is really cool. Safe science, because we didn't want anybody to die.
Did anyone get bitten by a radioactive spider?
Nobody was bitten by a radioactive spider, but there was kind of this hefty 10-year-old. We saw Penguin Knife Fight, which is a cool improv comedy. They do a lot of comic book related improv comedy. It's really good. And then we went to a couple film festivals that were just awful.
They were not there. Are they going to go to the Oscars? Are they going to win?
Never. No.
Okay. All right. Okay. So what, did you get any cool stuff at the con? Did you get any cool gifts and things?
So I got a couple of cool things. I enjoy some JLA, the Justice League of America, the Meltzer run. I started collecting that a little bit a couple weeks ago, and I picked up about 3 issues of that run that I hadn't had in my collection, so I was lucky to find that. I also grabbed a JSA, Justice Society of America, mini-series where they fight Cobra, the terrorist organization. I was really interested in that, so I picked that up, and I picked up 2 pieces of artwork that were really cool. One is a Nightwing Robin split down the middle. If you know anything about Nightwing, was Robin, later became Nightwing. It's a really cool art piece. And then I also got a pretty cool Thor piece as well. Oh, I also got this cool Hourman figure, speaking of the Justice Society. Really cool character, one of my favorites on the team.
Cool. Anything else you want to say about TampaCon?
TampaCon, we also got some cool posters. It's
Hold on.
W will be back with the image, but it's pretty cool. It's Spider-Man. This is the free poster that we received while walking into the convention. Yeah, that's what we got while walking, and it was a pretty swell experience. I enjoyed it overall. Yeah. Now, W, what was your con experience like?
Well, my con experience was pretty dope. I had a wonderful time at SuperCon. Now, I went in with pretty low expectations, Josh.
Now, where is SuperCon?
SuperCon generally in Miami. This time, Fort Lauderdale, because the Miami Convention Center is under a little construction. It's under doing some demo work. David Finch, a hit artist.
David Finch?
Yeah, the David Finch. I mean, the artist
Evil.
that did.
Oh, well, the mic couldn't hear me, but that is the storyline that got me interested into comics. So David Finch is really cool. Really enjoy his art. It's kind of like
He did Batman Rebirth as well.
Batman Rebirth. It's kind of like my basis, or of how I view artwork now, because that's just how I started off, and that's kind of my ideal comic book at this point.
Josh wanted a signature, and so we got. Holy, was that the cover? No, that was not.
I have the director's cut, in which David Finch has some.
We'll put some B-roll. We'll put some B-roll. Yeah.
But he kind of explains how he drew pages and the different steps of it. So W was nice enough to get that signed by David Finch for me at his con.
It's true.
David.
Oh yeah, no, I'm trying to figure out if that was Friday. Yeah, no, I'm trying to figure out the timeline.
Well, that
here.
was Saturday. Nope, that was Friday.
Was this Friday?
That was Friday.
What? So
Thursday you got the signature. Because I got the text on Friday of the image of
Thursday he wasn't there. So the timeline of events is that Thursday David doesn't show up, and I text Josh Josh, he's not here. Friday he shows up, I get the signature, then I'm like, I like commissions quite a bit. I decide I want a Ted Cord Blue Beetle.
Ted Cord Blue Beetle.
Ted Cord Blue Beetle.
The guy who always dies?
He did draw Ted very briefly at the end of Forever Evil 7. So I'm like, you know what? That one time wasn't even really. He was like long hair and like a Silicon Valley entrepreneur. Yeah. So I get in line for David Finch, and the line is super long. Like
how long would you say?
I would say like 5 people long, but like they all want sketches.
Okay,
so it's gonna take. We're talking like 30 minutes,
20 minutes,
maybe even like 30 at this.
half an hour.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy.
That's a long line.
Yeah. And so I wait like a half hour, and people are coming in for autographs, cutting the line, because the autographs, they don't take a whole long time. Sketches, though, is quite a bit. So we get there, and I wait 30 minutes, and I'm like, I want to go see the Rooster Teeth panel. And so I skedaddle, I bounce out of there. I stay at the Rooster Teeth panel for like 30 minutes. I get back, and then I'm like, I'm sticking it out. Then David Fincher's like liaison dude for the con was like, yo, like, I'm cutting you off, like, you're the last dude in line. I talked to the guy in front of me. He's really dope. He's a comic center. I talked to the guy behind me because eventually a guy does come to get autographs, and he's really dope. Finally, after a long-winded narrative, I finally get to David. I tell him, David, right in front of him, staring him right in the eyes. I'm like, David, can I get a Blue Beetle commission?
Now, did you actually call him David, like, to his face?
I think I said Mr. Finch a lot because I'm a respectful young boy. But a man comes up, and he's in a briefcase, and like he's dressed through. And he's like, "Am I interrupting anything?" And at this point, he's in between me and my mom, and David's in front of us. And I was like, you know what? He's probably a fan. You know, David Finch probably got him. He wants to get his briefcase signed. Maybe David's got him through some tough times. You know, like, I don't want to prevent that. So he goes. And I'm like, sure, dude. And he goes and he's like talking about this product, like this watercolor experimental, like product, like in a briefcase. And David's like, yeah, this is so cool. And I'm like, David, like, I'd do the same thing. I'd be like, sure, yeah, let me talk to the guy. And finally, that dude, after like 7 minutes, leaves.
They bought like $500 worth of watercolors.
Watercolors. He was like up to his eyeballs in watercolor, erasable canvas sets.
Yes.
Oh, he finally starts drawing it, and the dude's like going to town. It's looking great. All the people in line said it was a great idea. Texted you, you thought it was a good idea too. And finally, he finishes the commission. And I'm gonna probably put some B-roll, but I'm also gonna show the camera. So.
Alright, I'll hold on to this. So right here, this is Blue Beetle, Ted Kord, of course, not Dan Garrett or Jaime Reyes. I mean, they're still quality characters, but I prefer Blue Beetle as my Blue Beetle. Wait, I prefer Ted Kord as my Blue Beetle. I said I prefer Blue Beetle as my... Here's the mic.
And so he finishes it. I'm freaking out because like Blue Beetle's like a character that means a lot to me.
Yeah.
And so that was like a highlight of the con. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Those are the highlights, the big guns.
I got one more highlight from my con. I forgot to mention it earlier, but there was this arena for like foam sword fighting. And it's some of the most quality combat I've ever seen in my life. Just the brutality in which people are whacking foam rods at each other. It's insane. It can make a grown man cry, I'll be honest. I almost did shed one tear down my... it was brutal. You know, friendships were broken, but it was a quality experience.
Dope. There you have it. All of our con experiences right there for your hearing ears and eyeballs, seeing eyes only. Smelling noses too. Please like this video, subscribe to Comic Conversation, give that
link in the description.
no merch at all. And we will talk to you soon.
Adios.
That was good.
That was a quality experience.
Quality experience. I get like, yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. Then talk about breaking the fourth wall. It's like I'm just in my room.
Yeah.
Like I got the sweet set behind me.
This is the set.